Lesson 54, Remembering and Sensing. Hello, and welcome to this lesson. Today, we are going to learn useful vocabulary and collocations for talking about memory, remembering past experiences, forming impressions, trusting your instincts, and being sensitive to physical sensations. A. Remembering people and events. Beth tells Emma that she recently saw Terry, an old friend from school. Emma cannot immediately remember her, because her long-term memory has become poor. Long-term memory is the ability to remember things that happened a long time ago. Short-term memory is the ability to remember recent events. Emma says that her long-term memory is terrible, and her short-term memory is not brilliant either. She remembers that she once had a good memory, but now she needs more information. She asks Beth to give her a clue. To give someone a clue informally means to provide more details that may help them remember. Beth explains that Terry had long black hair and wore glasses. She also says that Terry reminded Emma strongly of a singer Emma used to like. To remind someone strongly of someone else means to make that person think immediately of someone similar. Remembering vaguely and forgetting completely. Emma says that she vaguely remembers Terry. To vaguely remember something means to remember it only slightly, or without clear details. She thinks Terry used to be friends with Joe. Beth confirms this and says that she had clean forgotten about Terry too. Clean forgotten is an informal expression meaning completely forgotten. When Terry approached Beth and greeted her, Beth's mind went blank. When your mind goes blank, you suddenly cannot remember or think of anything. Beth could remember Terry's face, but she had completely forgotten her name. Once they began talking, however, the memories came flooding back. When memories come flooding back, many memories return suddenly and quickly. Beth's earliest memory of Terry is from a weekend at the beach with their parents when they were about 12. Bringing back old memories. Emma says that Beth is stirring up memories for her. To stir up memories means to make old memories return. She can now distinctly remember being stung by a jellyfish in the water. To distinctly remember something means to remember it very clearly. Beth understands why Emma wanted to blot out that memory. To blot out a memory means to avoid remembering something unpleasant. Emma then says that she can vividly remember the whole weekend. To remember something vividly means to remember it with strong and clear details. She describes the weekend as an unforgettable experience. An unforgettable experience is something so memorable that it is extremely difficult to forget. She recalls that they told ghost stories all night, if she remembers rightly. This expression means if her memory is correct. Memories fading. Beth agrees and says that it is terrible how memories fade as time passes. When memories fade, they gradually become less clear. However, she is happy to lose some of her more painful memories of school. Painful memories are memories connected with unpleasant or upsetting experiences. Common mistakes. When you leave something at home, say, "I have forgotten my homework. I left it at home." Do not say, "I have forgotten my homework at home." The verb forget describes failing to remember something. Use leave something at home to describe its location. B. Forming an impression. Kim describes a problem with her new boss. When she first met him, she had the impression, or got the impression, that he might be difficult to work for. To have the impression that or get the impression that means to form a particular opinion based on what you have noticed. Kim also sensed some tension between them. To sense tension means to notice an uncomfortable or unfriendly feeling in a relationship or situation. She now has a feeling that her boss is deliberately trying to make things difficult for her. Trusting your intuition. Kim is uncertain whether she should trust her intuition and resign from her job. To trust your intuition means to feel confident that your instinctive feelings are correct. She wonders whether her concerns are reasonable, or whether she is being ridiculously oversensitive. An oversensitive person reacts too strongly or becomes upset too easily. Sensitivity to heat, light, and touch. Jan has recently become more sensitive to heat and more sensitive to light than she used to be. She has always had sensitive skin and sensitive teeth, but these problems are now worse. Her hands have also started going numb when she becomes cold. When part of your body goes numb, it loses its feeling. An acute sense. Jan used to have an acute sense of smell and acute hearing. An acute sense of smell is an extremely sharp and effective ability to detect smells. Acute hearing means a very strong ability to hear sounds. However, Jan says that she no longer has these abilities. Common mistakes. A sensitive person is someone who is easily upset or strongly affected by feelings and situations. A sensible person is someone who shows good judgment and makes practical decisions. These two adjectives have different meanings and should not be confused.